सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Om. Page 124, 12th chapter, 7th mantra. Tam cha mudham cha yadyanyam pratyayam vetti no drushehe स एव योगिनां प्रेष्ठः नेतरस्यान्न संशयः. Shankaracharya talking about the Atma or Sakshi Chaitanyam as the illuminator. Illuminator means, here we have to understand properly, in whose presence things are known is called as illuminator. In the presence of whom the objects or the things are known or revealed is called illuminator. In whose presence things are known or things are revealed, that is called illuminator. The sun can be called as illuminator because of sun. Spelling you have to write properly. Not S-O-N sun, but S-U-N sun. The sun, solar sun, illumines everything, therefore sun can be called as illuminator. Similarly, the Atma Chaitanyam is the illuminator. Another point also we have to note here, we should not think illuminator means doing some job of illumining the things. Illuminator, walker is one who is walking, speaker is one who is speaking, eater is one who is eating. Like that, illuminator is one who is illumining, and the ing job is not done by the Surya. Surya is, Lord Sun is not doing any job of illumining. Then how to understand? In his presence everything is illumined. Clear? In his presence only. Sun, Lord Sun is not doing anything. Illumining job he is not doing, or action he is not doing. But how he is illumining? He is illumining just by his presence. Sannidhya matrena. Sannidhya matrena, by the proximity. When everything comes in its proximity, it is illumined. Like that. Atma is also an illuminator. Prakasha Prakaranam. This is called Prakasha Prakaranam. That Prakasha is called illuminator. Prakasha Prakaranam. Prakasha means illuminator. That Atma Chaitanyam is called Drashta. It lends Chaitanyam to the Chidabhasa, mind associated with consciousness, becomes Drashta, Abhasa Drashta. Because of the association, of this mind with consciousness, Chaitanyam, pure Chit consciousness associated with the mind, Chidabhasa is formed. This Chidabhasa is known as Abhasa Drashta. Why it is called Abhasa Drashta? This is also a seer, illuminator, seeing the external world. Throughout this chapter you have to remember there are two types of seers, Drashta number 1, Drashta number 2. One is directly illumining that mind, that is Sahita. Chaitanya Sahita Manaha Eva Ahankaraha or Chidabhasa illumining the world directly. Chit is illumining the world indirectly through the Chidabhasa or mind. Mind is the Upadhi. Chidabhasa is formed, reflected consciousness is formed in that. This is what we have to understand. This Chidabhasa is Savikara Drashta. This Drashta is Abhasa Drashta is Savikara Drashta. Anitya Drashta, Abhasa Drashta. Drishyadrik. Do you remember that familiar name now? Drishyadrik. From the standpoint of Atma Chaitanyam, this mind or this Chidabhasa is Drishyam. From the standpoint of the world, this mind or Chidabhasa is called Drik. Clear? So, this I use one word. Drishyadrik or Chidabhasa, Drashta number 2, Abhasa Drashta is Drishyam also, Drik also. That is why it has got the name, what Acharya gave the name, Drishyadrik. It is object also, subject also. What about Chit, Chaitanyam, Sakshi Chaitanyam? Ever the Drik, never the Drishyam. Ever the subject, never the object. Then what about the world? It is ever the object, never the subject. Based on this, we have to develop the subject matter. If you know this clearly, Drik, Drishyadrik and Drishyam. This is called Atma Jnanam. What is Atma Jnanam? After knowing Drishyam, Drishyadrik, Drik. Drishyam mithya, Drishyadrik also mithya, Drik is Satyam. Drishyam world is mithya. Drishyadrik is also formed temporarily because of Drik, Drashta number 1. Therefore, that is also mithya. In deep sleep, Drashtabhasam or Chidabhasa is functioning. Your Ahankara is functioning? No. Therefore, it is not Nityam. Whatever is not Nityam, it is Mithya. Trikale api na tishtati. In sleep, it is not there. What is Trikale tishtati? Chit alone. That is why it is Satyam. 2 are Mithya, 1 is Satyam. Now, these 2 are Mithya. Body mind complex comes under what? Mind comes under Drishyadrik, body comes under Drishyam, Jadam. Ever the Drishyam body, it can never has got illumination on its own. At least mind has got a borrowed illumination. Mind has got a borrowed illumination or a borrowed sentiency, Chetanatvam, but body doesn't have that. So mind is better than body. So body comes under Drishyam, ever Drishyam. Mind comes under Drishyam, Drishyadrik. Both are Mithya. You want to claim that Drishyadrik or Drishyam? If you claim Drishyam means what? You are claiming your body, which is going to disappear after some time. While it is there also giving a lot of problems. How many problems this body is giving? Swamini, don't remind us now. We don't want to remember those body problems. Mind also, when it is fine, when it is going to change the mood also, we do not know. Unpredictable, uncontrollable mind. Therefore, such a miserable mind, such a miserable body, I don't want to claim myself. Therefore, then who am I? If I am not Annamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, who am I? Illamale poiduveno. No, you are the one who is the adhishtanam of these 5 koshas. Chit, you can claim awareness, consciousness. I am awareness, consciousness principle. I am blessing this inert body mind. That's what Acharya says in 7th sloka. Whoever knows they are dearest to the wise people. Preshtaha. Preshtaha means priyatamaha. Dearest, priyatamaha. Most lovable, dearest person is this person. Who is that person? Tam. Tam means upadhi sahita manaha. Upadhi is mind. This mind, and this mind is also deluded mind, because lack of discrimination, moodham, which is deluded, ajnanam is there, means it is moodham only. Moodham means what? Moham. Moham because of delusion, moodham. Then in that mind which is deluded because of lack of discrimination, deluded mind because of indiscrimination, tam moodham pratyayam veti anyam pratyayam. And in that mind, in that chidabhasa sahita manaha, what are all coming in that ahankara? Aham dukhi, I am sorrowful, I am rogi, I am ragi, rogi. All these anyam pratyayam. There are so many. I am dhanavan. I am not having money. I am daridraha. I am suffering. All these pratyayas, thoughts are coming in the mind. Bhayam, insecurity, worry about future. I am not worry about me, Swamini. I worry about my son. I worry about my daughter. After some age, old age comes, I am not worrying about my children now. I am worrying about my grandson. 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 So some worry or other we want to manage with that. Adi or anandam. And the worry. Pratyayam. Different anyam pratyayam. Different thoughts, emotions. All are not belong to me. The drik, number one. Drashta, number one. Na drishehe yaha vetti. They are not having any connection to me. The drik, the sakshi chaitanyam. No sambandha, no anubandha, no connection with either with the mind or the emotions which are raising in the mind. Either sukha, dukkha, all belong to the mind only. And the body problems also belong to the body only. They are all because of that upadhi. What upadhi? RM1, RM2. Gross body problems belongs to gross body. Subtle body problems belongs to subtle body. Who am I? I am the drashta. I am the seer. I am the knower. I am the experiencer. Therefore, the sakshi chaitanyam yaha vetti drishehe na means they are not connected to this drashta number one, atma chaitanyam, sakshi chaitanyam. They are not connected at all. Whoever knows that, saha eva yoginam prashtaha. Previous sloka he mentioned, I experience Atma, and some people say in Samadhi, Yoga Samadhi, they are all not real yogis. This person alone is real yogi who is attending Upadesa Sahasri class and listening, understanding also. Okay, not just listening, understanding. Drashta number one, drashta number two, and drishyam, drishyadrik, drishyam, drishyadrik, and drik, whoever sought out by threadbare analysis. Sahaeva, he alone. Sahaeva, yoginam prashtaha. He is the greatest among the yogis. அவர் வந்து ரொம்ப பெரிய யோகி என்ன யோகி? If this jnanam is not there, we don't care for that samadhi yogi, ashtanga yogi or any other yogi. We want only this jnanam. Wise people say this jnani alone is dearest to us. Lord Krishna said, jnani tu atmaiva me matam. Like that, here also, some books they have the Sreshtaha reading also. Both are okay. Sreshtaha, the greatest among yogis. Na itaraha, not other yogis who are sitting and in samadhi and waiting for Atma Anubhava. I want to go to deep samadhi. I want to stop my thoughts. I want to stop my mind. Then I get Atma Darshanam. Who is sitting? He is not Sreshtaha, Preshtaha. But real yogi is this person only. Na anyaha. Na itaraha syat. No other person is not having this Preshtaha status. Only whoever knows Drik, Drishya Drik and Drishya Jnanam. 3. Separately, distinctly, at the same time, after knowing distinctly, I am Drik alone, I can never be the Drishya Drik, I can never be the Drishyam. They are all blessed by me, the Drik, Drashta number 1. There is no doubt at all, na samshayaha. There is no doubt. He is the Preshtaha, he is the Sreshtaha because he is having doubtless knowledge. Since he is having doubtless knowledge, we can say doubtlessly he is Sreshtaha. Everybody. Since he is having a doubtless knowledge, samshaya rahita jnanam, he is called Sreshtaha, Preshtaha. Not any other yogis. If you do Sirshāsanam, topsy-turvy posture, hours together, some gymnastics like miraculous powers if you show to people, Shastra says, what is there? So what? Tatah kim, so what, so what? Nothing doing. Unless you know your real nature, you are a deluded person only. You have to see the delusion happening in the mind. Depression, suppression happening in the mind, you have to watch. I am untouched. I am asangaha, asangohi, I am purushaha. And the jnanam, wherever I am not a sreshtaha, not a preshtaha. Okay. I am not dear to jnanis. Up to here we saw in the last class. So not connected to the Sakshi Chaitanyam. Why? They are all only illumined by me, the Sakshi Chaitanyam. Shloka number 8. Vijñātir yastu vijñāta satvamityuchyate yataha sasyādanubhavastasya tatonyanubhavo mrishām. From this 8th shloka onwards up to 12th verse, all are very important verses. Acharya want to present Atma is the Drashta, Sakshi Chaitanyam alone is the Satyam. With Ahankara, I have to claim I am not Ahankara. With Ahankara or Drishya Drik, I have to claim I am Drik. Shastra talks about this Drik, Drishya Drik and Drishyam. The purpose is to turn our attention from Drishya Drik or Ahankara to Sakshi. Just turning our attention to change our perception from body, mind, Ahankara to Sakshi I. Now look into the shloka. Vijñātehe yaha tu vijñāta. Yaha vijñātehe vijñāta. All based on that Swayam Jyoti Brahmanam. Brihadaranyaka very, very important. Vijñātehe yaha vijñāta. Beautiful presentation, you see. Vijnata, seer, number one. Vijnatehe, of that seer, number two. Seer means perceiver, knower, experiencer. Instead of saying ahankara, mind is knowing the external world, what we say? I am knowing, I am seeing. Mind is seeing through the eyes the external objects. Instead of saying that, what we are saying? I am seeing, I am eating, I am knowing. Therefore, seeker number one, Vijnata, Yaha Vijnatehe Vijnata. Seeker number one is the seer of seer number two. Seer number one, capital S, seer number one, is the seer of seer number two. Sakshi Chaitanyam is the witnesser of the mind. Words, when you are writing, it looks as though so difficult. I am knowing my mind or not? Swamini, mind is today so dull, I feel. You are knowing the mind. Which mind is knowing the world? That mind, Siddhabhasa Sahita Manaha, is the Siddhabhasa Drashta, Abhasa Drashta. Who is the knower of external world? That mind you are knowing. What you are knowing? So mind, happy mind, moody mind, dull mind, sleepy mind, some mind, problematic mind. You are aware of your mind, not external world. Now you are aware of your own internal antahkaranam. Antahkarana drashta, vijnata, vijnatehe. This is called practical application. If I go on giving the word meaning and I close the book and go away, you will continue in Ajnana only lifelong. Here now itself you have to understand. Yaha vijnatehe vijnata. Now I have to prove. Yes, that vijnata I am. How you can prove? I am the knower of my mind which is focusing on Upadesa Sahasri class fully. I hope so. I am the witnesser of my mind. I am observing my mind which is listening to the Upadesa Sahasri class, clearly understanding. Are you aware of not? Understanding or not understanding? Are you aware of it or not? That means you are the Vijnata. Vijnata of not any other thing, your own mind. Which mind is known as Drishyadrik, which is the knower of external mind, external world. Clear? Easy irka illaya? Now you are the knower of your own mind, Antahkaranam. So Antahkaranam is also a Vijnata. Is it not? Vijnata of what? External world. It knows clip, mic, fan, house, all those things. It is knowing. But I am knowing that when 2000 rupee note comes, that mind is so happy. Mind is watching the 2000 rupees note. And mind is Drishyadrik, watching the 2000 rupees note in the current news. Okay, 2000 rupee note. And immediately it is so happy, and you know it is happy. You are the drashta of that mind. Which mind is happy after seeing 2000 rupees? Sakshi Chaitanyam saw the 2000 rupees, or mind through the eyes it saw the 2000 rupees? Tell me. என்னோட மனசு ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருக்க. ஏன்னா இந்த ஆஃப்டர் சீயிங் 2000 rupees சும்மா சொல்றேன், எக்ஸாம்பிள். So who knows that mind is happy? Drashta number one, seer number one, Sakshi Chaitanyam. Who is that? I am. Now I am Drashta number one or not? Who is watching the happy mind after seeing? Which mind is happy after seeing 2000 rupees? Are you getting? Now are you happy? Are you happy of 2000 rupees or understanding this point? Understanding this point, you are happy in the sense that happiness also comes in Drishyadrik only. That happy mind also, who is knowing? Who is the Vijnata? Drashta number one, seer number one, knowing the seer number two, who is happy, sometimes fluctuating, vacillating. That mind I am knowing. Yaha Vijnata Vijnate. I hope I have communicated. Yaha Vijnata Vijnate Saha Tvam Iti. You are that. You see, Tat Tvam Asi Mahavakya. Saha Paramatma, you are. Saha Paramatma, you are. In Chandogya Upanishad, Mahavakya is what? Tattvamasi. Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi. 9 times it comes. That Paramatma you are. I am that Paramatma, I am that Paramatma. Shankaracharya says, Saha Tvamasi. Who is that Saha? Don't look up there. Here only Drashta number one, seer number one, capital C, capital S. Seer number two ki small s. Because it is reflected Chidabhasa, reflected consciousness. Therefore, Saha, Drashta number one, seer number one, Tvamasi. Tvam, it has to pierce what? Annamaya kosha, pranamaya kosha, manomaya kosha, vijnanamaya kosha, anandamaya kosha, ella taandi ponu. Sariratrayam taandi ponu. Every taandi podana, not long jump, high jump. Intellectually you have to claim. Saha Tvamasi means that Vijnata you are. Upanishad says, Shankaracharya reminds to us. Now here itself you have to claim that, yes, that Vijnata I am, because I am the knower of my mind, which mind is fluctuating. Happy mind, happy, happier, happiest. Positive degree mind, comparative degree mind, superlative degree mind. I am the Drashta. The one who seer number one is different from the seer number two. Saha Tvamasi, that Vijnata you are, iti uchyate. That Sakshi is you. Yataha, since Upanishad is teaching in this manner, that Vijnata you are, Sakshi Chaitanyam you are. Saha Syat Anubhavaha Tasya. That is Saha. That means that is Tasya Anubhavaha Syat. For him it is ever evident. You are evident to yourself or not. Saha, that is aparoksham, directly evident. It need not be proved by anything. Who? I myself, I am the knower or seer of my mind. To know myself, whom I want? I don't want anyone. I know myself. I know. How do you know? You know yourself. Enna kelvi parunga. How do you know yourself? Since I am knowing the mind which is happy, unhappy, sorrowful, joyful mind, I am knowing, that itself is the proof I am self-evident. Since the mind I am knowing, the knower must be evident to know the mind. Therefore, I am self-evident. Mind is not self-evident. Mind is evident to me. Then mind borrows sentience from me and it illumines, makes the things evident. Mind becomes evident because of me, and mind gets sentiency and it makes the objects evident. Mind is not self-evident. Objects are not self-evident, but I am self-evident. Then who am I now? Vijnata. Aham. Is it direct Anubhava or indirect Anubhava? Direct. Aparoksha Jnanam. Direct. Directly I know myself. இவள் சொன்னாலும் கூட இன்னும் யோசிச்சுட்டே இருக்கும் மனசு. எப்படி 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 அந்த எப்படி எப்படின்னு யோசிக்கிறவன் யாரு? அதுதான் விக்ஞாதா. இந்த எப்படி எப்படின்னு ஆலோசனை வருது இல்லையா மனசுக்குள்ள, who is the witnesser of that? விக்ஞாதேஹ விக்ஞாதா அஹமஸ்மி 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 பிரம்மா அஹமஸ்மி. ஸோ அத்ரைவ பிரம்ம சமஷ்ணுதேன்னா அதுதான் மீனிங். Here now itself you have to understand. Swamini, you say understand, understand, understand. How can I? In this manner. In this manner you have to analyze and understand. Full stop. Then tataha anyaha anubhavaha mrusha. Other than this, any anubhava if you have, that is anatma anubhava only. Other than this aparoksha Sakshi Chaitanya Anubhava, any Anubhava is Anatma Anubhava. Therefore, anyone says, I have Atma Anubhava, I got experience of that Atma, I got this, that, and so on. Ella Anatma, Mrisha, Mithya, useless, they are in vain. Mrisha means Mithya, purposeless. Anything, any other experience other than this aparoksha jnanam, vijnata, ahamasmi, sakshi chaitanyam, other than this, any other knowledge is a false, any other experience is false. Anubhava means experience. Other than this aparoksha vijnata anubhava, this is the satyam. Other than this, whatever anubhava comes, it comes under anatma anubhava. So to get anatma anubhava, first you must, anatma anubhava presupposes atma anubhava. எனக்கு எல்லா அனுபவம் வந்துதான்னா ஆத்மா அனுபவம் இல்லாமல் எல்லா அனுபவம் எப்படி வரும்? That is why I said in the last class, nobody is lacking atma anubhava. Everybody is lacking atma jnanam. ஆத்மா அனுபவம் எப்பவுமே இருந்துட்டே இருக்கு. Nobody is lacking Atma Anubhava, because in every experience, Pratibodha Viditam Matam, Bodham Bodham Prati Viditam Aham Aham Iti Mrisha Eva. Therefore, Srotrasya Srotram Manaso Manaha Vacho Havacham. That is the meaning we have to understand. So, Atma Jnanam is not a new event. Atma Jnanam, if it is Atma Jnanam, I got a self-knowledge. Is it a process? Is it an event to take place in so and so time? Suppose I know this clip. It is an event. I know this clip at particular time, at particular place. It is an event. There is a process. There is a process. Like that, I am Vijnata Aham Atma Iti Jnanam. Is it an event? So now I got this clip knowledge. Clip knowledge, clip Jnanam. Before I was not having clip Jnanam. Now I have got clip knowledge. Is it not? Before I was not having book knowledge. Now I have got this book knowledge, so and so book. Before I don't have house knowledge, so and so house. Now I have got a house knowledge. Griha Jnanam, Pustaka Jnanam, Klip Jnanam, any other Jnanam is an event, process. It comes because of vritti. You should not say Atma Jnanam also is an event. You should not say. Atma Jnanam is not an event. Suppose you say Atma Jnanam also event. Klip Jnanam is event. In this event, Klip Jnanam, what Jnanam you have got? Klip Jnanam. Klip became what? Object. Klip became object. Klip Jnanam is an event, happened. Similarly, Atma Jnanam also is an event. Klip munnadi theriyala, adanaல இப்ப தெரியறது clip knowledge. But Atma Jnanam also an event. Indirectly you are accepting, I do not know Atma. I was not aware of Atma. Now only I know Atma. Previously it was not evident to me. Now after coming to Panchadashari, Upadesa Sahasri class only, Atma is evident to me. I was not Atma, now only I am Atma, I don't. It is wrong. It is wrong. Therefore, Atma can never be an evident in so and so time, particular time, like any other object. Klippu gnanam madri Atma gnanam. Appadi sollakudadu. Therefore, 3 points you have to note. There was no time Atma was not evident because it is self-evident. There was no time Atma was not evident because it is self-evident. It is ever-evident. So, Atma is immanent, inheres. So, the light is immanent, pervading all objects. At the same time, light is not connected to any object, transcends. The light pervades all objects, but at the same time, immanent also, at the same time transcendental also. It is not connected to the objects. Similarly, I am immanent in body-mind complex, at the same time I am transcendental. I am means Sakshi Chaitanyam, Drashta number 1. I am transcendental even while I am immanent. Where immanent? In Chidabhasa. I have given Chittu to mind, therefore I am immanent. At the same time, mind cannot connected to me. Then all other knowledge is an event in the mind. Any other knowledge other than Atma Jnanam, it is an event in the mind. In the form of thought. Clip vritti, mic vritti, desk vritti, pustakam vritti. All thought process. But Atma Jnanam, you should not take Atma vritti, Jnana vritti. But even though it is a vritti, it is not a process. Because it is not an object. So for next point, when the knowledge takes place in the mind, it is illumining the object. That is Bahya Prapancha. When thought arises in the mind, klip vritti comes. Then klip vritti illumines klip. Where is the klip? Bahya or Antara? Bahya. So every thought in the mind which illumines the objects are outside. Bahya, prapancha. When the vritti, mind cannot illumine the Atma Chaitanyam, on the other hand, mind is illumined by Atma Chaitanyam. How can mind illumines the Atma Chaitanyam? Is it necessary to the mind to illumine the Atma Chaitanyam? No, because my Atma is self-evident. But self-evident mind, through the vritti, it need not illumine. It can illumine Bahya Vastus, mind, but not the Atma. Therefore, there is a difference between Atma Jnana and Klip Jnana. Ella Jnanandane Swamini. Let us take, some people say, okay, if it is an event in the mind happening in the Bahya Vastu, mind, klip vritti, klip thought, klip is outside. He wants to say, Atma Jnanam, that event takes place in the Atma. Appadi sollalame. Atma Jnanam, yes, an event takes place in the Atma, it will never take place in the Atma. It is not possible. It is not possible. Self-knowledge is not taken like Klip Jnanam because they are outside. Atma is inside. You are that. Therefore, it doesn't require. Therefore, what? Finally, when an object is illumined by knowledge, it means it is non-evident previously, now it is evident. When object is illumined by the mind, previously it was not evident, now it is evident. Like that you can say to Atma, when Atma Jnanam has come, previously Atma was not evident, now it is evident and solla mudiyadu. When Atma Jnanam, as it rises in the mind, mind says, I cannot reveal you because before I am revealing you, you are there helping me to reveal all objects. Everybody. Mind says, I cannot reveal you, O Atma, because before I am revealing you, before I am revealing what? It cannot exist to reveal. I am blessed by you, how can I reveal you? By blessings of you, I am revealing everything. Therefore, it is not an event to happen in the mind as a process. Then what is happening here? Whole thing, nothing. That Chidabhasa helps us. Atma Jnanam is meant to convert your notion, wrong notion that I am not Atma, I am a samsari, I am dukhi, sukhi. That notion, it has to be turned inwards. Towards whom? Drashta number one. To turn Drashta number one, we talk about Drashta number two, Drishya Prapancham. All these discussions meant to turn your drive home. What is your home? Sakshi Chaitanyam, Drashta number one. That is the purpose. There is no Tatparyam in Drashta number two and Drishya Prapancha. In the whole teaching is meant to turn your attention to Drashta number one. எப்படி பாட்டு கஷ்டப்படுறோம் பாருங்கோ. இவ்வளோ சொன்னா கூட என்னமோ 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 ஒரு ஈவெண்ட்டனோ ஆத்மானோ, அரே நீ தான் அப்பா ஆத்மானா. இப்போ நான் என்னன்னே புரியல. அதுதான் யூ ஆர் நாட் வாட் யூ ஆர் நாட். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் யூ நோ மனோபுத்தி அகங்கார சித்தானி நாகம். வாட் ஐ எம் நாட், இஃப் ஐ நோ ஹூ ஆம் ஐ கேன் நோ. ஐ கேன் நோன்னு சொல்லக்கூடாது. ஐ ரிமெயின் ஆஸ் ஆத்மா. கொஞ்சம் நல்லா கடபிடா இருக்கும். நிறைய நிதித்தியாசனம் பண்ணணும், நிறைய ஹோம்ஒர்க் பண்ணணும். நெக்ஸ்ட் ஸ்லோகா, 9th ஸ்லோகா. Therefore, you should not stop the mind. Manasai veda maptavyam. You have to know only through the mind. Know through the mind. Na atma dane manas edukanu solli manasu stop pannakodadu. Manasa eva aptavyam. Anige Kathopanishadula Acharya, yaar Acharya? Yamadharmaraja Acharya says, next 9th sloka. Drishirupam sada nitye darshana darshane mayi kadham syatam tato nanyaham ishyate nubhavastataham. Self-knowledge is not meant to experience the self. Avladha. Self-knowledge is not meant to experience the self. Self-knowledge is not meant to know the self as an object. Self-knowledge is not meant to know the self. Clip knowledge is meant to know the clip. Book knowledge is meant to know the book. House knowledge is meant to know the house. Self-knowledge is meant to know the self. Because I am the self. Every knowledge is available because of me. Therefore, self-knowledge is not meant for the self. Self-knowledge is not meant for to know the self as an object. Every knowledge, you know it as an object. Self-knowledge is not meant to know the self as an object. Self-knowledge is not meant to know the self. Why? Because self-knowledge is not meant to know the self as an object. Then what? You, the subject, is the self. Therefore, never get, I got self-knowledge. Getting a kadiyad actual. I am self, that's all. And the knowledge also we deny later, afterwards. That's why Jnani never say, I am a Jnani. I have got self-knowledge. I have got a self-knowledge of self. Of self, it becomes object. Then you who you are. Up self very non very idam. Illa thagarar. Okay. Look into the shloka. To know that I am akarta, abhokta, sakshi chaitanyam. This is the teaching. That's all. Drishi रूपे सदा नित्ये. सदा दृशि रूपे नित्ये दर्शनादर्शने मयि कथम स्याताम. मयि, in me, darshana adarshana, ignorance and knowledge, how they can happen in me, who I am sada, all the time. Ajnana avarana will not take place in me, the Atma. In sun, darkness and light will take place. In Adhyatma Ramayanam, in sloka is there. Naho naratri savitur yatha bhavet prakasha rupa vyabhicharita kvachit vyabhicharita kvachit ज्ञानम तथा ज्ञानम इदम द्वयम परे रामे कथम स्यात् कथस्याताम स्थास्यति. Sorry, कथस रामे कथम स्थास्यति शुद्धचिद्घनेन. The shloka tells, in Surya Bhagavan, darkness and light cannot be there because Surya is light. Similarly, in Atma, both are not possible. Ignorance and knowledge, both are not possible. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Atma is Jnana Swarupam. Atmana Atma Jnana Varavendiya Avashyamilla. Suryanla Surya Prakasham Varna. Suryanla Prakasham Varnama. Suryanla darkness irukuma. கிடையாது, இருக்க முடியாது. Similarly, here also he says, darshana adarshana. Darshana means knowledge, adarshana means ignorance. Mayi kadham syatam, how they can exist, ignorance and knowledge. இப்போ அந்த ஆத்ம ஞானம் அங்கிறது கூட in Atma it never happens. Atma ஞான, self knowledge does not takes place in the self. புரியுறதோ? Self knowledge need not take place in the self. என்ன, self is always knowledge ஸ்வரூபம், அது ஞான ஸ்வரூபம். Self knowledge takes place in the mind only. Okay. Drishi rupe sada nitye. I am of the nature of drishi, means what? Seer number one, drashta number one, who is eternal, permanent, self-evident. In me, where is the question of this ignorance and knowledge? Therefore, what about Atma Jnanam? Even in Atma, self doesn't have self-ignorance. Mind alone has got self-ignorance. In self, self-ignorance is not possible. In self, self-knowledge is also not possible. Then what is possible? Nothing is possible. Then what is self-knowledge? Since you are thinking you are not this drashta number one, Sakshi Chaitanyam, I want to give you this self-knowledge in your mind because you are suffering with this disease of samsara disease. I want to turn your attention towards drashta number one. Therefore, I talk about this knowledge in the mind. Full stop. Tataha na anyaha ishyate anubhavaha. Tataha na anyaha ishyate anubhavaha. Tataha. Other than this, therefore, tataha, other than this knowledge, there is no other knowledge. There is no other knowledge means what? For moksha or liberation, this just recognizing I am Sakshi Chaitanyam Drashta number one is sufficient. There is nothing is required other than this Anubhava. What Anubhava? It is not Anubhava actually. Aparoksha jnanam. Nothing is required. Nothing is required. Nothing is required. Anna. Nothing is required. Clear? Next shloka. Shloka number 10. Yatasthastaporavedehe Yatasthastaporavedehe Drishe savishayo yatha Satvasthastadvadeveha Drishes vishayastatha Drishes vishayastatha. Now he gives another example. Example like example. See, when atapa, tapa means here the sunlight, ravehe tapaha dehe yat. When your body has got some heat because of that sunlight, dehe ravehe tapaha, heat in the body because of sun. Drishehe sa vishayo yatha, that is the vishaya, that is the object, drishyam for drashta number 1. Drashta number 1. He want to say the attributes of the object belong to the object. The attributes of the object belongs to the object. Attribute can never exist separate from the object. You cannot separate the attribute and the object. So the body has got an attribute, that is heat. The heat is the attribute of the body and the attribute belongs to the body. So body is the object, heat is the attribute. Then who is the knower of this body, heated body? Drishehe vishayaha. It is an object of experience. I am experiencing the heated body, heated up body. Is it Vishaya or not? You are the experiencer of the body which is having Surya Tapa, associated with Surya Tapa, sun heat. That means what? Body is also an object. Its attribute belongs to the body. Similarly, mind also. In the next line he comes to the mind. Similarly, Sattvasthastha Tadvat. Sattvastha means here mind. Sattvastha, mind, because it is having what? Dukkham, sukham. It is associated with raga, dvesha, attributes. Sattvastha Tadvat iha. Similarly, body has got that heat, it belongs to the body attribute. Mind has got raga, dvesha attributes, sukha, dukkha attributes, all belongs to the mind. Who is the witnesser, seer? Drishehe vishayaha. Drishehe means seer number 1. Drashta number 1. Drishehe vishayaha saha tatha. So, the attributes of the body belongs to the body, attributes of the mind belongs to the mind. The witnesser, the drashta of the body, drashta of the mind and their attributes belong to the body, mind, not to the drashta. Who is that drashta? I am. So I am not having na punyam, na papam, na saukhyam, na dukkham, na mantro, na tirtham, na veda, na yajnah. Aham bhojanam naiva bhojyam na bhokta chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham. Therefore, who is having problem now? Body, mind, complex has got problems. You cannot avoid, you cannot control. You can do your best, leave the rest. In me, the self-evident Sakshi Chaitanyam, there is no samsara, there is no punya, there is no papa, there is no sukha, there is no dukha, there is no raga, dvesha, kama, krodha, nothing is there. This is a drama, you are watching the drama, watch the drama, continue, todarum. Continue, that continues. I am ever the Sakshi Chaitanyam, Drashta number 1. I am number 1. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamada Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.